With every death comes honor. With honor, redemption. My sincere apologies if that made you cringe, but I figured if I'd make an advanced guide on Hanzo, then we should be able to get into the spirit of it. Now I must start by saying that this guide is going to be focusing on the nature of Hanzo and how to incorporate his abilities within certain situations, which you will be seeing in this gameplay. Hanzo is one of those precision players which is very unique from the rest. Not just because of his bow and arrow, but because if played well, he can be devastatingly powerful against the enemy team. Now, like with every other precision character, what makes this advanced is the fact that Hanzo requires you to get into the habit of aiming above the regions of the chest. And I'm talking about specifically the head. As we all know, the head is obviously going to do much more damage, especially if you fire the arrow right there. You'll be able to fire arrows at quite a fast pace if you get into the habit of actually aiming and doing it properly. You can see that I don't necessarily take too much time to fire each arrow, as I'm already becoming adapted to the way Hanzo actually works. But now the nature of Hanzo. At this moment in the gameplay, you can see that all the enemies are about to gather at the payload, and Hanzo is literally going to be behind every single one of them. Now that you think about it, it really does make one see how and why Hanzo can be related to a wolf, waiting for your prey and then striking with ease. Now to make sure this is actually executed perfectly, you need to actually be in cover and always take advantage of the buildings which you can hide in to get behind your enemies. Now Hanzo's ultimate ability. Is it more effective to use this up front on the enemy or from their blind spots? It's a no-brainer. Whilst everyone's attention is defending the front, you as Hanzo take advantage, just as you've seen here. Notice how this is all just played out, and can continue to do so with other games. Someone effective with the Hanzo will always make use of the sonic arrow, as you can see here. You can easily anticipate where the enemy will come in and then just go for the headshot with the arrow, just like that. Now as you can see here, I'm just kind of hiding in this building, just taking advantage of the fact that the enemy is always going to make their way to the payload, and you as a Hanzo will always use this. What separates this from someone who uses Hanzo just normally is the fact that, instead of going to the payload from the front, you will always take advantage of the blind spot of the enemy. You see, look, every enemy just runs past you, and with this you can easily execute them. I mean, look at this. Now I do get a trophy here in a moment, but this is a perfect example of how an advanced player can always take advantage of Hanzo's nature and always kill people from the shadows. Oh, I got the dragon is sated. Oh, I don't even know what that is. It's a trophy, but I don't know what you have to do for it. Now in a moment you'll see how you can use the scatter arrows in a very interesting way. Now if you didn't know, you can actually fire them on the ground directly below the enemy, and then what will happen is they'll sort of bounce upwards, and in some cases even one-shot them. So if you can see here, I'm trapped in this little area, so I can literally shoot them on the ground and they'll bounce everywhere, and just, the Genji just got destroyed in that instance. So that's a good way that you can use those. Too many times have I seen people forgetting they can run up walls as a Hanzo. This is extremely useful in escaping tight situations. Look at this for instance. I'm trapped between a soldier and a Junkrat. So the ideal thing to do is simply escape by running up on the wall and grabbing your nearest health pack, which should be on the right hand side next to the pillars over here. There it is. And then getting your health back and then replenishing it and then simply running back on the field. Even here you can see that when pushed down this hole, I managed to grab onto it for a moment but dropped. So you can see even in extreme situations you can still actually manage to survive. Now back to the gameplay that we were using earlier. You can see how I'm still using these buildings, except this time you can see that I'm, varying it up a little bit. A good Hanzo should be able to take enemies out not just from the bottom but also from the top, utilizing edges to their advantages upon buildings. And again, here's another example of how you can actually use your ultimate. everyone's just in front of you. You know, they're facing the front, and you can just take advantage of this as a Hanzo. Always finding the blind spots. The key word here is blind spots. By this point in this match, I did actually manage to get a 24 kill streak, which I didn't actually notice until I was killed, so hey, that was something. Wow, I was on a 24 kill streak, no way. What? So here's one last example of how this works. Making good use of the buildings, coming down from the ledge, behind the enemies, using our ultimate. Just like that. Just like that. So now you guys should be able to use, hopefully, supers in that sort of effective manner. We should be coming up to the end of this game actually pretty soon. There's the overtime. Just about to hit 0, and there we go. That's the victory for this game. I actually got inspired to make this based upon this match alone. You know, I really just discovered how to play Hanzo along this match. So there we go. I think I got 29 kills, which was actually, yeah, 29 kills, 5 deaths. So that was actually a very good match for me. I really discovered how to play him really well here. And on a last note, don't be afraid to use your super, ultimate, whatever you want to call it, wherever you may be, because it can travel through walls, and you know, it's good to take risks sometimes as a Hanzo, so don't be afraid to utilize that. So to conclude, I really appreciate your time for watching this video. Thank you so much if you made it this far. I hope this advanced guide will make you play better as Hanzo, and peace.